Thank you very much for being here, George.
That's nice to be here. That great parking spot right outside the building.
Yeah, sure you did. Boy, you look great. You look to me, and I haven't seen you in a year. I guess it's just about a year the last time you were here. But you look like maybe have you lost weight or?
Yeah, I was shooting a film in the Carolinas. I played football every day.
Ah.
So you get in shape for that.
Now, when you say you're playing football, you're playing real football?
It was football from the 1920s, so I'm perfect for that.
Yeah. Against real football players?
Yes, unfortunately against 21-year-old kids who,
wow,
beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I was directing the film. I tried that rule of, don't hit the director.
Sure.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got beat up pretty good. Wasn't the brightest move doing that.
Now, it seems to me like in the last couple of years, whenever you're here, there's always been some kind of an injury that you're getting over. There was the back thing. You had some back problems.
Yes.
And then you snapped your Achilles tendon.
Yes, I did do that.
Yeah. And then now we heard a couple of weeks ago you're in a motorcycle wreck.
I was in a motorcycle wreck. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. But what was the deal on that? That's pretty scary.
Well, it turns out you just can't ride in New Jersey. That's what it comes down to. I found out. That's what I've learned.
Really?
And that the motorcycles, when they go down, that they can hurt you.
Yeah. Now you've been riding motorcycles most of your adult life, right?
Yeah, most of my adult life, which I'm not quite sure how long I've been.
Have you ever had trouble with one before?
I've had issues before, but you ride, don't you? You ride a motorcycle. Yeah, it's every once in a while. This was one of those we never saw it coming kind of things.
Oh, really? What were the circumstances?
Kind of one of those somebody signaling left and making a right kind of moves.
Oh, that's awful, isn't it?
Those are always surprises.
Yeah.
But it's an accident. Things happen. But everybody ended up fine. We all sort of dinged up.
Now you had a passenger on your bike.
I did. She went over the top when we hit the curb. And
well, it's nice of you. You can laugh about it now.
Yes. She's got a lawyer now. And,
I'll bet she does.
Yeah, that's worked out really well for me. Really happy about that.
Yeah.
She broke her few bones in her foot, and I cracked a rib, and got some nice road rash.
Now, when something like this happens, do you think, all right, I'm going to just put the bikes away, not going to ride the bikes anymore?
I ride it every day in Los Angeles
right?
to get around traffic. So
oh my God! Well, that's the worst. Are you talking about surface streets or freeways?
A little
of both.
A little of both.
It's terribly dangerous. The traffic in Los Angeles, as you know, is god awful.
It is. It's it's nice here. It's
well, I'm not saying that we've solved the problem. No.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing all right now.
I was in the, I'm up, and you got me on the 5th floor up there, the window. My star is clearly fading because, of the room you've put me in. But they said, whatever you do, don't open the window.
Oh my God!
And I'm looking out, and all of a sudden, light bulbs start smashing.
Don't look out.
And paint, and then Kid Rock threw Tommy Lee off.
What? Hello! Look out!
I couldn't believe that.
You see, no.
But really, came flailing by.
I watched this movie, the Michael Clayton.
Yes.
And this never happened before. As I'm watching this movie and watching you in the film, I just said to myself, geez, I would like to be in movies. I'd like to be like you in that movie.
It's a good job.
Yeah.
You want to?
It was so cool, and you were so cool, and I just thought, well, sure, let me try that. Now, I'm not asking you to do me any favors.
Any big ones?
No, not the big ones. But you could get me in a movie.
Oh,
right?
I could slide you in.
Yeah.
We'll start you.
I'm not expecting to start at the top.
No. We'll get you in the entrance level. We'll get you in the beginner level. We'll start you on a reality show.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not. No, that.
And work you in.
We're not going to take it serious. But the nice thing about a lot of people make a lot of movies, and I see a lot of movies, and I got to tell you, most of them just are not that entertaining.
Right.
So when we ever see your movies, they're always high quality. They're always entertaining. They're always informational. They always cause you to think, and they're just great. How is it you know how to do that, and so many other top film stars don't care about doing that?
Yeah, I think that they just don't care. They don't like it. I think it's time you understand that. Now,
They just don't care.
Other people really don't. And I do.
You do, yeah.
No, for the most part, those films you're talking about, they bomb.
Right.
Yeah, those films that I've been doing.
So no.
Oh, yes.
No. That's
sure.
not true. No. You're highly regarded and beloved as an entertainer and a film star.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me, if you can, I know you have a villa in Italy.
Yes, I do.
Tell us about the summer just concluded. Paint the word picture for us. What was it like over there this summer?
It was a good summer.
A lot of guests, house guests?
Always a lot of guests. We've pretty much had, I think, pretty much every talk show host there except for you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm a little hurt.
No kidding.
Regis was there, of course.
Oh,
and,
now what is that like? That's just got to be, I mean, my God.
Well, Joy is terrific.
Joy is terrific.
You can imagine.
Yeah,
She's
but
nice.
who can afford the full-time nursing?
Oh. I can. Actually.
Yeah, okay, can. Okay,
Yes,
well,
I
that's, of course,
I've
one
been
of
doing
my
that for years.
Al Gore was there?
Yeah, we had Al Gore there. He spent the night.
Now, that would, I mean, I think there are certainly things to admire about Al Gore, but wasn't it sort of uncomfortable knowing he was in your house?
I found it to be reassuring.
Reassuring?
With all of the, the Secret Service around us. I felt safe.
Oh, the Secret Service was there as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
Italian Secret Service.
Oh.
Where do you think you go, Mr. Clooney?
I don't know what that
It's my house. I'm going to go over there.
And how did, I understand how Regis got there, but how did Al Gore get there?
He was just traveling through. He was speaking in Milan, which is very close to my home in Como. And called up and I invited him for dinner, and he asked what a nice hotel was, and I said, probably my place.
Come to your place.
Which is open for all of you as well.
Well, that's very generous.
Come on by.
Just drop in.
Anytime you want.
Call from the airport in Milan. Where do you keep your Academy Award? Do you keep it?
A little personal, don't you think?
Yeah, but do you have it on display? Is it out in
As a
public?
matter of fact, it's right here.
Yeah.
It's at the house in Italy.
In Italy, yeah.
Yeah, whoever comes and visits, I get them to get up and we photograph them giving an acceptance speech. So we've got some
That's
nice.
nice. I like that.
Yeah, we did. We have Walter Cronkite holding it up, giving an acceptance. It's pretty great.
Walter Cronkite has been there as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we've really had pretty much. I can't think of anybody on television who hasn't been there.
All right, see. Walter Cronkite, okay.
Sure.
Most trusted man in America. Al Gore, vice president.
Right.
Regis Philbin. But give me the name of somebody who's been there that would really piss me off.
Jay Leno.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. Jay hasn't been.
Brother.
No, it's been there. We've run out of people that have come to visit. We need you. Bonnie Hunt stayed there for a
I
while.
like Bonnie Hunt. How's Bonnie doing, by the way?
Doing very well.
Now, listen, we have some, we checked the photo, the film archives. We have some of your early work. I think this predates ER. I think it was a show called Sunset Beat.
Oh, you did you?
Sunset Beat, when was that, roughly?
That was about 1989.
1989.
Thank
yeah.
you.
How long was Sunset Beat on?
Well, it ran for all 7 episodes.
Wow.
That we shot. And probably if we'd shot more.
Yeah.
But they just stopped us.
Was it a network project?
It was an ABC series.
ABC,
I played an undercover cop on a Harley during the day and a rock star at night. Just, that show sells itself.
All right, do you mind if we show the folks?
Do you really have a
We have a little clip here. Do you have
I got
any
some
idea
good
what
hair in it, too. You guys will enjoy that.
All right, George Clooney, and you say again 1989, is it?
Yes, it was.
All right, Sunset Beat. Take a look.
Oh, this is going to hurt.
What the hell is this? Get the hell out of here!
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
If we give you the tape of that, will you take it up on the roof and drop it off?
I will.
Now that's just remarkable, you know?
It was quite a show. I know. I did a lot of really, really good shows.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting to me is when you're starting out, when anybody is starting out and somebody says, we're doing a show, A, B, and C, come and be on the show, you say, well, sure, because you want the experience, you want the exposure. And then a lot of those people are sucked into the abyss and never heard of again. But you triumphed and went on to persevere, and look at you now,
Well,
for God's sake.
if I get hit by a bus today.
Well, no,
I could be doing this show.
No, I think you're in pretty good shape.
10 years from now.
I think your legacy is well
What
set.
happened to you, George? And I'll be like, huh?
No, you're fine. Speaking of legacy, this is you and your buddies putting their feet in the cement at Grauman's Chinese Theater.
There's Jerry Weintraub
Right.
and Matt Damon and Pretty Boy Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Jerry Weintraub, I'm
Jerry,
guessing.
yeah, sure.
And this is you, is
That's
that correct?
me with my eyes closed.
And this is
He's
Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
And that's Matt Damon. Yeah.
And that's Mr. Matt Damon.
Yeah. And the thing about that is, I think when Matt Damon was on the show, he said that you called him the day of the thing and said, here's the tip, here's how you handle this.
Well, have you, have you ever been to, Man's Chinese and seen, the footprints?
Yeah, so from stars from the beginning of motion pictures.
So you go and you put your feet in Humphrey Bogart's, and they're, they're little shoes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and you're always like, wow, that's little feet.
Yeah.
And I thought, we're all getting bigger and taller as time goes on, and you want these things to last. So I called up Matt and I said, what size are you? And he said, like 10 and a half.
Yeah.
And so I said, wear some 15s.
Some 15s.
And he and I wore 15s.
15s? Oh my God. Oh my.
So if you go to Man's Chinese,
those are like clown shoes, for God's sakes.
Look like a dolphin. Weeble.
But I found it interesting that tips like that.
Oh, I thought this one through. The problem is your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, you got to put them in and you got to move them back a little bit.
I see.
Because, let's face it, small hands is not good.
No, you don't need that. No.
You know what they say?
You are a genius. You are a filmmaking genius.
We didn't tell Brad, though.
Good. Now this Michael Clayton, I'm not even sure how to explain the movie, except that you really, if you don't go see it, there's something wrong with you. It's a tremendous film, and it's everything you want in a motion picture. Now, you explain specifically what it's about a law firm. You're a guy who's a janitor at a law firm, but not a janitor literally. It's not like we see you in the lobby with a bucket.
No.
No.
But I clean up messes that clients get into.
That's right.
My job.
Yeah.
And one of the major, it's a law firm that's representing and defending a big corporation, basically, that's guilty of making a pesticide that kills people.
Poisoning people.
Yeah, poisoning people.
Inadvertently.
And it's actually, Tony Gilroy wrote this based on a very specific case of a car company that was, rather than recalling cars, absorbing the 300 deaths a year and taking the class action suits. So it was based on that idea. And,
What was the car company?
Yeah, I know. I want to say, but Warner Brothers said don't.
Don't say. It wasn't the Pinto thing, was it?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
But there was a horse name.
Now the wheels are starting to spin here. You have a beard. You don't normally have a beard.
I don't. I'm doing a movie with the Coen brothers right now.
Oh, you have to.
And they asked me to grow a beard. I thought it'd be great in autumn in New York.
Yeah, those are the old days.
Yeah.
Doesn't get cold anymore.
Al Gore was right.
Yes, he absolutely
really was
was right.
right. It's this has not been good for me.
Anyway, did we set up the clip? Did we show the clip?
Oh, yes, we did. And how was I?
Yeah, I thought you were great. How long have you been out here?
My hair was like this long.
Tell them about the clip.
I'm not sure which one it is, but I think it's probably, there's a guy who works for the law firm who goes sort of off the reservation, goes crazy,
Yeah,
tries to
takes
do
his
right.
clothes off.
My job is to bring him back in.
All right, take a look. There you go.
He's a wonderful actor.
Michael Clayton. But it's a great film. I really enjoyed it, and I hope a lot of people go see it. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm having trouble with my parents again. And,
Really? They don't understand you?
They don't. They never did.
Yeah.
but they're starting to.
Have you tried increasing the sum of the check?
Does that work?
Yeah, it does.
It's good to see.
George Clooney, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go back up to the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater building and see what's going on. Hey, George, how you doing up there?
I'm really good,
All
Dave.
right, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. What are you tossing
Well,
here?
we're going to throw 400 decks of playing cards.
Okay, all right. Pat,
not
you
the
want
buckets.
Pat, you want to let him wear your hat?
Yes. You like that, George?
You wear like that?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, you ready?
Be very careful, George. Be very careful. Oh, that's
Nice.
beautiful. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. George Clooney, ladies and gentlemen.